So I wanted to share with you why I have chose to say yes to these whole food products. I have to tell you, before Juice Plus, my life was a mess. I was tired all the time trying to keep up with my 3 kids. Couldn't exercise anymore like I wanted to. I absolutely love running. I love lifting weights, and I was dealing with this excruciating knee pain, and I wasn't able to do that anymore. And I have acid reflux, which meant that every night I had to prop myself up on pillows for years because I had all this burning in my throat. I lived off of Tums and Gaviscon, couldn't eat foods that I wanted to eat. I was just a mess. My daughter, she has asthma, and I hated and feared cold and flu season because every time that came around, she would get sick and it would get into her chest, and we would always end up in the emergency room, sometimes hospitalization. We were doing breathing treatments every 4 hours, pumping all those steroids in her. It was just a terrible way to be living. So when my friend told me about Juice Plus, I didn't really get it. Honestly, I didn't know how fruits and vegetables were gonna help us, but I was so desperate. My daughter was missing so much school. We needed a solution. So I said yes, and I am so thankful I did. Here I am, 7 years later on all these products, but I will tell you, in the first 6 months, I saw such a huge difference. For myself, I could start eating foods again that I wasn't able to eat before. I don't have to sleep propped up on pillows. I can lay flat every night and sleep. I don't have the burning in my throat. I don't live off of Tums and Gaviscon anymore. I'm off of all those medications. And my knee pain has improved so much. In 2019, I was able to run my first half marathon. I ran 10 miles with no pain. And I'm lifting weights again. It just feels so good to be able to do these things that I wasn't able to do before. And I have so much more energy to keep up with my kids. But the best part is my daughter. She is thriving as a 13-year-old girl. We got her, with doctor's permission, off of all of her steroids. She's doing amazing with her asthma. You know, she still gets sick, but it's like 24, 48 hours. She's over it, and we're good to go. She hardly ever misses any school anymore either. It is truly amazing the difference that this has made in our lives. So thank you so much for taking time to listen to my story and my journey with Juice Plus.
Hi, my name is Jamie, and I first learned about Juice Plus 8 years ago when I was desperately looking for more tools for my family's toolbox. My son had some severe skin challenges, and we've been on a 3-year journey of doing steroid creams, antibiotics, which I really didn't like, but it was the only thing that would help clear things up. And then we were looking, he found out he had allergies. We eventually found out he was celiac, and while we got him off gluten, that dramatically helped his behavior and some of his developmental delays, and his speech exploded. Gluten is one of the few proteins that passes the blood-brain barrier. It can cause neurological issues. A nurse told me. I was blown away. That being said, his skin did not improve even after going gluten-free for 6 months. And he could only eat about 12 foods without having a severe reaction, anything acidic. But my friend that was a nutritionist shared Juice Plus with me, and I loved the concept of concentrated whole foods in a capsule or chewable. We were already eating clean and organic for years because my daughter is a cancer survivor, but I couldn't get the variety or the consistency. And for my son, he couldn't even eat an orange or an apple without having a reaction. He ate a lot of brown foods, and so I looked at the research on Juice Plus, and that really solidified things for me. I knew if we could get it in his body, it would do good things: increase circulation, increase hydration and thickness of skin, and reduce inflammation in the body, and help balance his immune system. So I cut up those little chewables into quarters and gave them to him, and after 6 weeks his skin cleared up, and I bawled for 3 days because I couldn't believe that these gummies that tasted like candy to me were amazing. So I am forever grateful. Now he is, this 8 years later, he can eat an orange, he can eat an apple, he can eat acidic foods, and if he accidentally has gluten, we just load him up on a lot of Juice Plus and water, and his reaction is so much better. The chronic tendonitis that I had from years of running and being a collegiate athlete dissipated. Like, I've been able to run 8 years now pain-free, and I had stopped running in my mid-30s. So again, Juice Plus has been such a gift to our family, and I will forever be grateful.
Hi, my name is Juliana. 10 years ago, I was a very unhealthy individual. I have 3 autoimmune diseases, and I was suffering from gut issues because I do have celiac disease. I also had low energy, and I unfortunately was always sick. If you had a head cold, I partaked. Well, I added in Juice Plus, and what started happening is all of a sudden that my gut started functioning regularly. I also noticed that I had sustained energy throughout the day. And what was the best part is I didn't get sick that entire first year once, which was a record in my life. Now I rarely get sick. But what was really interesting to me was my husband. My husband was not on board. He thought I was crazy. He thought, why do I need fruits and vegetables in a capsule? But I told him he was going to take it. And like any good husband, he doesn't fight with his wife, and he goes, yes, ma'am. But inside he said, honey, I'm going to prove you wrong. Well, month 8 into Juice Plus, he goes to get his blood work, and guess what happens? His doctor goes, what are you doing different? And he goes, nothing. She goes, you have to be doing something different because I got to cut your blood pressure meds in half. And he goes, well, I'm taking the stupid stuff my wife's making me take. Ended up, he goes back the next month for his blood work, and she goes, I have to totally take you off your blood pressure meds. What is the name of the stuff your wife has you taking? He goes, it's called Juice Plus. It's raw fruits and veggies in a capsule. The doctor says, well, I don't believe it'll kill you, but I don't really understand how that can make any change in your body. So this is why my husband and I, to this day, 10 years later, still take Juice Plus. And I will tell you, it has been a game changer in our health, our energy, and in our entire family.